Okay.
Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to call this part 2 of the golf cart truck restoration, rebuild. I don't know what you want to call it. Either way, we've gotten a box that came in the mail. I'm pretty sure it's the carburetor and the fuel pump. So let's open it up, see what we got, and see if we can get this thing running. All right, guys, we got a shipment from the old Amazing Amazon using my little knife here. And we have looks like we got an air filter that's probably not going to fit. Most importantly, we have a carburetor, which is what we were needing. Yeah. So the other carburetor, the bowl had been removed and somebody had bent it pretty significantly. So I didn't suspect it would work. But we've got choke, we got throttle, looks pretty good. I'll get the old carb and compare it side by side just to make sure. But hopefully this will work. I know that intake looks pretty small in there. But yeah, worst case, we'll take it apart and I guess drill it out. I don't know if we can drill it out, but whatever. We'll give it a go. I don't know what that is. No clue what that is. And then we've got a fuel pump, which we did test our fuel pump and our fuel pump was not working. So instead of trying to rebuild a old fuel pump, and this thing came with the carb, so pretty decent little kit. Let me grab the old carb and we'll compare them. All right, so here's our old carb. And as you can see, it's pretty much spot on as to what it should look like. And it looks like, ooh, it does look like the inside of this one is a little smaller than this one. But worst case, we use all the components from this one and put them in this one. That's our worst case scenario. Well, I ended up breaking the tab on that because somebody at some point used like a brad nail or something to try to hold the float in. So ended up going in this thing. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I took a drill bit, punched it out to the same size, well, close to the same size, and then took a burr bit and smoothed it out and rounded it out. So it's extremely similar. It may not be 100%, but it should be good enough. Okay, so carb is installed, air box is on, fuel pump is in. I'm working on getting this gas tank out, but apparently E-Z-GO back in the day was extremely paranoid that this gas tank was going to fall out. So we have a strap, which I ended up having to break because the bolt was rusted. And there's also a bolt holding it back in there at the very back, or so I thought, but it's actually two bolts holding this thing in and a strap. So the only way to get to it is going to be going under there. And the only way to go under there is to go ahead and cut this pipe off that's keeping this bed from tilting. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, get the bed tilted, probably go back inside for a minute, cool off because it is 105 out here, and then tilt this thing back and get this gas tank out. All right, guys. So gas tanks, I took it out, got it cleaned out, got some fresh gas in it. I don't know if you can see it on the camera there, but the fuel stem is hitting fresh fuel. It should be ready to go. I ended up having to cut that pipe off to get the bed to tilt so that I can reach those bolts. I have to bend that back and bolt it back in. We've got a dirt dauber flying around in here. But let's see if it'll, see what happens here. All right, I got some fuel coming out. Let me grab some starting fluid and see if that motivates it. All right, got some. blow the fire out there. A little too much carb cleaner. It backfired through the carb, and let's see. All right, well, we ran for a minute on its own. Let's see. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, she runs. That's awesome. All right. So now we need to get some more gas. Finish putting the air filter and the air box back on it. Get a piece of wood. I'm gonna bolt all this stuff up. I'm gonna show you guys my fix for this bed, because I don't want to use a pipe to keep it from tilting. But for now, let me put this together and figure out if we can take this thing for a rip. I'm thinking the brakes are going to be locked up though, but let's see. All right, so this is what our latches are going to look like for our bed. And the way these are going to work is, I'm gonna try to do my best to hold it. Give me a second and show you guys. But basically something like that. These are like a cam lock latch. So you can see there, a little bit of a camber or cam to them. So we'll screw some to the bed. I'll probably mount them upside down, like probably have them more like this. More like this, something like, yeah, well, you get the idea. This is what's gonna hold our bed shut. They're not super strong, but they are stainless. And I really don't plan on having a bunch of weight back here. I mean, I really just wanted that for the dogs. Let the dogs ride back there. So I think that's a good solution for our bed. That way it doesn't flip backwards on us. All right, guys, so I think we've reached a stopping point for now. What we've got going on here is this primary clutch is not disengaging fully. When the machine is in neutral, between forward and reverse, it's sitting here in neutral, you can push the pedal, it'll spin over fast enough and fire up. But when we put it into gear, it's actually putting it under a load, because again, it's not releasing, which is causing it to not spin over fast enough for it to start up and run. So I think I'm gonna have to let this primary sit with some PB Blaster in it. Either that, or I'm gonna have to pop it off and rebuild it, clean it, do something. And then we should be able to get it running and riding. It will actually fire up right now on its own. So I think we're good as far as the engine goes. Now we just gotta get the drivetrain going. Also, I'm pretty sure that rear brake on the driver's side is stuck. I don't think it's stuck super bad, but I think it's stuck enough that it's really gonna drag us down. So I'm gonna probably try to get that stuff cleaned up. May even have to just pull off the tires and rebuild those brakes. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. We're trying to keep it short and sweet. That way you guys can watch it quickly. Stay tuned for the next update. Hopefully the next update will be riding it. So thanks for watching.